welcome to another wonderful episode of Joshua's Movie Reviews and More. As I said in my last video, drinking rules still apply. That's in the description below. Trailer is in the description below. This weekend, not only did I watch Aquaman, that's in my last video. Definitely worth going to a watch. Also is in a kind of a sci-fi frame of mind this weekend. So I'm going with Mortal Engines and Passengers. Mortal Engines seems like most of the people in this movie I've rarely seen them in anything. You have Hera Hilmer. This is the only movie I've seen her in. She plays Hester Shaw. She is the daughter of, I guess, what would you call it? I guess an archaeologist. And they just, when I first went to the movie theater, I knew nothing about this film. I saw the trailer, and okay, they turned London into a monster truck. Good to go. Got my vote. Alright. But I had no clue. I still really don't. I kind of have a gist of what the movie's about, even after watching it. But I don't really know what the movie's about. Because Mortal Engines is based off a book. In fact, there's 4 books. The first one, obviously, is called Mortal Engines. And if you've read the book, go watch the film. If steampunk gets your jollies off, and you like special effects and good views, go see the film. If you're just in this just to see all the special effects, and you know nothing about the book, you're not into steampunk, wait for the DVD. I should have. I fell asleep during the film. If you go watch the film, it was during the part of where she gets her leg injured. I don't know how she got her leg injured. 1 minute they're running from these, I guess, captors. They're shooting spears at them and all this kind of stuff. Next thing you know, she's limping. I have no clue how it happened. I think I fell asleep for like 30 seconds. I think the only reason I fell asleep is because I haven't read the book. And I'm not that too into steampunk. So this movie really didn't do it for me. The visuals are great. Has some very good scenes. And as far as a plot goes by itself, it's semi-good, but it's like watching Game of Thrones without having read the books first. You're completely lost when it first begins, because all these people already have they're already character developed inside the book. You have no clue what's going on. And I had a friend who watched the Game of Thrones. I had read the books, but he tried to watch Game of Thrones, knew absolutely nothing what was going on. He had to watch the series twice after he knew who everybody was. And then he got it more and he enjoyed it more. I think in order to enjoy Mortal Engines really good, you kind of have to read the book first. And I'm not going to read the book. I'm not going to watch it a second time. You got Robert Sheehan. He plays Tom Natsworthy. He's a low-class historian apprentice. He gets in way over his head. He ends up coming up himself. Does a good job, but he's in this resistance and has no clue what's going on. He's a liability for the majority of the movie. But it's all of a sudden at the end he becomes a ship flying badass. But for the most part, he's It's like, dude, what in the world are you doing? I would have jumped ship a long time ago. And just like, you know what, y'all deal with this. I'll go find a hole to crawl into and hide until it's all over. The only thing I've seen Robert in is Season of the Witch. Which, again, he's been in a few films, but nothing. I've never seen him in anything. Hugo Weaving. He plays Thaddeus. He's the main antagonist of the film. He's basically a guy trying to search for power. You know, he's a head historian, so I don't see how. I don't know. I don't see how that can rise to power, but apparently it does. He's trying to get. He's basically power hungry and greedy. Hugo obviously played in The Matrix 1, 2, and 3. He played in Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3. He played in the first Hobbit. He played in the last Hobbit. They didn't put him in the middle one. I don't know why, but might as well. He also played V for Vendetta. He played V, if you don't know. He's also in Happy Feet. Transformers. I didn't know that. I did not know that Hugo played in Transformers. He also played in Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. I didn't know that. But apparently he played Megatron. He also played in Captain America, the First Avenger, of course. You know, Red Skull. Anyway, good actor. I think he's one of the only reasons I kept focus in the movie. Other than the scenes themselves, which some of them were breathtaking. I love the visuals in this film. You also have, I'm not even going to pronounce her name because I'll probably get it wrong. I'll butcher it, but she plays Anne Fang. She's a pilot. She's the leader of the Resistance, or one of them, and she's wanted for a lot of money. 50,000 pounds, I think was it? Yeah. Never seen her in anything. In fact, she's only been in 2 movies. This one and one other one. And I've never even, I think it's like 4D or something. I forgot what. I've never seen her in anything. She's mainly a singer. She, apparently she's sung a lot of stuff. Still don't know her. Like I said, it was, I guess if you've read the book and you're into steampunk, obviously if you read the book, you're into steampunk, because it's a steampunk book. I guess it would be a really good film. It wasn't my taste. It was either that or Bumblebee, and I don't know. I know movies themselves are meant to make money. I'm not naive. These producers and executive producers, they offer up this money. They say, make this film. There's your money. We expect some back. It's an investment. I get it. But there's certain films out there that they're only made to make money. Nobody wanted them. Nobody asked for them. They're just to make money. And I think Bumblebee's that. No one asked for a freaking prequel Transformer movie. So I'll watch it on DVD, maybe. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. Like the other one that's out. What is it? The Grinch. No need for it. You have the original cartoon. You have the live action with Jim Carrey. What more do you need? Yet they came out with another one for some reason. Nobody asked for it. Nobody expected it. Or the Nutcracker that just went off screens. I can't find it in any movie theater around me. Nobody wanted another freaking Nutcracker movie. Oh, God, people. But off to a film I did like, which is Passengers. You have Jennifer Lawrence. If you don't know any person in this film, I've said it before in previous films or previous videos. Go back into your cave. That big shiny thing in the sky, that's called the sun. It won't hurt you, I swear. But if you don't know any of the people in this film, don't go to the movies. Stay in your cave. You'll be safe. You have Jennifer Lawrence. She plays Aurora. She played in X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, and X-Men Apocalypse. She played in Hunger Games 1, 2, and 3. She played House at the End of the Street and Red Sparrow. Which I say, if you don't know her, if you haven't seen the Hunger Games or any of the the remakes of the X-Men, I mean, wow, yeah, just damn. She's a journalist and a writer. You have Chris Pratt, who plays Jim. He is a mechanical engineer. I thought he just says he's an engineer in the movie. I don't ever really remember him saying he's a mechanical engineer. But I was like, okay, you're an engineer. So what? He's sitting there fixing all these things on this ship. I mean, he actually fixes the ship. And it's like, you're an engineer. What type of engineer are you? I mean, my brother's best friend's an engineer. But he's a earth mover. He fixes rivers, and he calculates on-ramps and removes the dirt and everything like that. Do not get me wrong. He's my brother's best friend is extremely intelligent. But just because he's an engineer doesn't mean he can fix a spaceship. And if you're watching this, I know you might be able to, but let's go with the flow here. But in the description of the film, it says it says that Jim is a mechanical engineer. So that makes it plausible they can fix little robots on the ship, and he can maybe read some schematics and try to figure stuff out. Some things in this movie don't make a lick of sense. Like, Aurora is a very high-class passenger. She has access to a lot of things. And Jim, who is basically a lower-class passenger, and he doesn't have access to a lot of stuff. But he has access to the passageway that leads to the bridge. Okay, that I don't understand. Unless he broke into a door to get there, which is all plausible. But Chris Pratt, he played Wanted, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, Avengers Infinity War, Jurassic Park, the remakes 1 and 2, The Magnificent Seven, and he also played in Parks and Recreation. Ends up that the ship is basically traveling from Earth. I forgot the name of the planet. I should have wrote that down. But they're traveling to another planet to colonize, which is probably why they need a mechanical engineer and quite a few other people. There's a lot of passengers on the ship, and they're going like on a 90+ year journey, just one way, and they're all in suspended animation. The ship goes through a meteor shower, gets hit by it has like this force field that disintegrates all the smaller asteroids or meteors or whatever you want to call them. And I guess they don't go through a meteor shower. They go through, I guess, what would be construed as an asteroid belt. So, yeah, disintegrates all the smaller asteroids. Well, apparently there's a really large asteroid. And by the time it hits the ship, it's about the size of a grapefruit. And it does some damage to the main computer of the ship, which causes Chris Pratt's sleeping pod to malfunction. And it wakes him up. Now, ship's computers, whilst looking sophisticated, have to be the stupidest things on the planet. because they're all acting like this is just, we still have 90 years to travel to this planet. Yes, you're the only person awake. Yes, we still have 90 years to go. Yes, but we consider it perfectly normal that you're awake. So Chris Pratt's walking around. He's the only person awake, all this kind of stuff, and he comes across Arthur, who is a droid bartender who is played by Michael Sheen. He played in Underworld and Underworld Rise of the Lycans. He played Blood Diamond, Twilight. He played in the New Moon for Twilight. He also played in Breaking Dawn 1 and 2. He also played in Tron Legacy, Alice in Wonderland, and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Now, so he's sitting in front of this bartender, and he's even trying to tell him, it's like, hey, why am I here? You can't be the only one here. That's just not possible. It's so funny, the interaction with the bartender. But you'll find out when you watch it. You also, I'll mention him because he's a very talented actor. But you have Gus. He is the chief deck officer of the ship. His pod also malfunctions. That's played by Lawrence Fishburne. He played in Apocalypse Now, The Color Purple, Quicksilver, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. He played Boys in the Hood, Deep Cover, awesome movie. Searching for Bobby Fischer, Event Horizon, also a good movie. The Matrix 1, 2, and 3, Mystic River, Assault on Precinct 13, Mission Impossible 3, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I did not know that he played in that movie. He actually plays the voice of the Silver Surfer. Predators, Contagion, The Colony, Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, John Wick Chapter 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and he also played in the TV series CSI. Now, Chris Pratt, I'll call him by that name. Jim and Gus's pods malfunction. You have Arthur, who's a droid bartender. What you don't know is Aurora's pod does not malfunction. Here's the kicker. You have Jim, who's walking around the ship all by himself. The only company he has is an android freaking bartender. Or at least one that looks human. There's other robots around, but they look like robots. Arthur looks human, except he has no legs. So Jim's lonely. He starts. He gets to where he starts reading, listening to Aurora's. I guess you'd call them podcasts or videos and everything. And starts to like her. Thinks she's cool. Thinks she's cute. So what does he do? He wakes her up with no way to put her back to sleep. That's just cold. Even Gus even says, so her pod didn't deactivate. He's like, yeah. He goes, how long were you away? How long were you by yourself? He's like, a year. He's like, still, damn. Gus has a very, very good point. But overall, they have no way to put themselves back together. Obviously, it's one of those stories where boy wakes up from hibernation, meets girl, girl's still asleep, boy wakes up, girl, they start falling for each other. Girl finds out that boy woke her up and gets extremely ticked off. And they end up solving a crisis together, and they fall for each other again. So sweet. So, with that being said, that's about it. I'm cutting this video short, but Mortal Engines, if you're just going for the special effects, wait for the DVD, get it on Get on Blu-ray. Hopefully have a really good TV. If you're into steampunk, possibly go see it. Possibly. If you read the book, definitely go see it. See it in 3D like I did. Very good. Passengers, definitely worth buying. Definitely go get it. It's one of my favorite films. At least recent favorite films. With that being said, I am working on a project. I'll tell you later in one of my first videos that I'll bring out for it. Needless to say, it's going to be fun. But that's me signing off, saying if you're not going to be good at it.